I'll be sharing the exact strategies I use to travel hack and save over $13,000 in flights all around the world. The first step is to decide which airline rewards program you would like to join. There are 3 main airlines groups. There's Oneworld, Star Alliance, and SkyTeam. So whichever airline rewards program you would like to join, this airline will typically have other partnerships and relationships with other airlines around the world, which makes it easier for you to travel the world and use your reward points for different airlines. These are the airlines that are part of Oneworld: Alaska Airlines, American Airlines, British Airways, Cathay Pacific, Finnair, Iberia, Japan Airlines, Malaysian Airlines, Qantas, Qatar, and so many other airlines. These are the airlines that are part of SkyTeam. There's Air France, Delta, KLM, Korean Air, Vietnam Airways, and more. And these are the airlines that are part of Star Alliance. There's Air Canada, Air China, Air New Zealand, Singapore Airlines, Thai Airlines, Turkish Airlines, and more. So the airline program that you will join mostly depends on where you live and also where you would like to travel to. I like to use Qantas because I'm Australian, I live in Sydney, and they have a lot of flights domestically and also internationally from Sydney. In addition to the Oneworld partner airlines, Qantas also partners directly with some other airlines that aren't part of Oneworld, including Air France, Air New Zealand, and many other different airlines. So the next question is, why haven't you liked this video yet? And make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel for more content about investing and personal finance. So you might be thinking, how can you get rewards points? One of the easiest ways I've found to get rewards points is through credit card sign-up bonuses. In my experience, the credit card bonuses are where you get the most amount of points for the smallest amount of money spent on your credit card. Let's take the Qantas American Express Ultimate card for example. This card has 100,000 bonus points when you spend $3,000 in the first 3 months. You also earn 1.25 Qantas points for every dollar that you spend. So in order to get 110,000 points through spending alone, you would need to spend $88,000 on your credit card, which is a lot harder than spending $3,000 in 3 months. If you would like to check out this credit card for yourself, I do have a referral link down in my description below so we can both get some free points. It is important to read all of the terms and conditions for credit cards to make sure that you can get those bonus points. For example, people that have held an American Express card within the last 18 months won't be eligible for the bonus points. So that's why Pablo and I like to keep track of all of the credit cards we use just to make sure that we can get the bonus points. The key for using credit cards for travel hacking is to make sure that you're not spending more money than you normally would on your credit card, because otherwise it's not free and you're just spending more money than you normally would. So I bought myself a new massage chair for $10,000, but it's okay because I'm saving money on travel. To meet the minimum spends on our credit card, Pablo and I put as many expenses as possible onto our credit cards. For example, expenses like groceries, our phone, internet, petrol, dental, and insurance. It's not too difficult for Pablo and I to meet the minimum spend because we usually spend more money than this anyway, and we also live in a major city and there are 2 of us. However, if you do struggle to meet the minimum spend, you can get a bit creative with it. For example, you can pay for purchases for your friends and family and then get refunded from them. Hey dad, so I bought a new TV for the living room. Can you pay me back $3,000? You could even pay for business expenses using your credit card and then get refunded for those purchases. Our golden rule of using credit cards for travel hacking is to always pay off our credit cards in full and on time every single month so that we don't pay any interest on our credit cards. We never get into any debt on our credit cards because the interest rates on credit cards is just so high, and this would negate any savings that we would make from our travel hacking. And here is an example to show you why Pablo and I do like to pay off the full balance of our credit card each month on time instead of just making the minimum repayments. If you have a debt of $2,000 on your credit card and you only make the minimum payments on your credit card and you don't pay off the full balance, over 18 years and 8 months, you'll pay $3,691 in interest. So it is very important to keep this in mind before you do get a credit card, because just like how investments can compound with compound interest, debt can also compound. A question you may be asking is, does this impact our credit score? My credit score and Pablo's credit score is in the excellent range. Pablo and I always pay off our credit cards in full and on time, so we never get into any debt with it. It is important to keep in mind that if you do apply for a credit card and get rejected, this can damage your credit score. And if you do accumulate debt with your credit card, this can damage your credit score. So it is important to keep these things in mind before you decide whether it's right for you. A lot of credit cards do have annual fees, so are they worth it or not? It all depends on the benefits that you get from using the card. Let's use the example of the Qantas American Express Ultimate card, which has an annual fee of $450. By using this card, you get a $450 travel credit with Qantas. So you've already made your money back on your annual fee if you do use that travel credit. Plus, you also get the 110,000 bonus points if you do spend more than $3,000 in 3 months. 1 Qantas point is equal to roughly 1.9 cents. So 110,000 Qantas points is equal to roughly $2,090 in travel credit. When Pablo and I do sign up for a new credit card, we do like to make sure that we are keeping on top of it. We put the end date for the minimum spend, so we make sure that we are making those minimum spends so that we can get the bonus points. This is how we book our flights with our credit card points and how much money we save by doing it. I log into the Qantas website, I put in my destination and the dates that I would like to travel, and I make sure that use points is turned on, and then I click search flights, and here I have a list of potential flights. It is important to be mindful of just how many points it costs you to do a trip, because it's not all the same and it can change quite a lot depending on where you're going and the dates that you're traveling. Classic Rewards flights are usually the most economical from a points point of view, so I usually select this option. The earlier that we book, the more flights there are available, so we do like to book a few months in advance. The flights that have fewer stops are generally cheaper than the flights that have more than one stop. So I select this flight, and then I select this flight on the way back. So from Sydney to Los Angeles return with economy class, it would cost me 83,800 points plus $339 in taxes and other airline fees. And let's compare this to see how much it would cost if we pay cash for this flight. If I paid cash, it would cost me $1,801. So by using my points, I am saving $1,462, which means that my Qantas points for this flight is worth roughly 1.7 cents. And I could also see how many Qantas points it would cost to fly business class. As you can see, the points for business class can vary wildly, but if I choose a business classic rewards flight, it would cost 108,400 points. Business class was a little bit more tricky. I wasn't able to find a flight that was direct that had the classic business rewards. But as you can see, business class can be quite affordable too. It would cost $615 plus 216,800 points. And if we compare that to another business class flight with one additional stop, it would cost $5,443. So that is a saving of $4,828. And for this flight, we're really getting our money's worth with our points. 1 Qantas point, if we select the business class flight, will give us 2.2 cents in value. I know it's not ideal to have an additional stop. However, if you do check flights, there can be some business class flights that are really cheap and also go directly to your destination. Another way to get more bonus points is to use the referral programs. Some credit cards allow you to refer a friend, so then you can both get some extra bonus points. This is another way that Pablo and I have been able to accumulate so many points. We typically sign up for 2 credit cards per year, 1 American Express credit card and 1 Visa card or MasterCard credit card. American Express cards typically have those refer a friend points bonuses, and you can typically earn more points for every dollar that you spend opposed to a Visa card or a MasterCard credit card. However, we still also like to have a Visa card and a MasterCard credit card because Amex isn't accepted everywhere. So for example, I will sign up for the Amex card and Pablo will sign up for the Visa card or the MasterCard. Then we use these cards throughout the year, and before the year is up, I will invite Pablo to my credit card so we can both get the bonus points. Then after we get the bonus points and after using the card for a year, I will cancel my credit card if there is an annual fee that's up for renewal. So we cancel before the annual fee is charged. Outside of the bonus points, there are other benefits for using credit cards for travel hacking. For example, most travel credit cards will give you 2 complimentary business lounge invitations per year. Free champagne, free food? This is amazing! And a lot of travel credit cards will also give you free travel insurance. Pablo and I went to Hawaii and our flight back to Sydney was cancelled, so we had to stay an extra night in Hawaii. We submitted a claim through our American Express travel insurance and we were able to get that extra night completely for free. Today is an all expenses paid holiday. I wish our flight was delayed longer. Our accommodation, food and travel expenses were paid for by the insurance company. Here are some other ways to get rewards points with Qantas. You can get 1,000 rewards points if you are fully vaccinated. You can also book Airbnb through the Qantas website, so you can get points for every dollar you spend on Airbnb. So this is how you can book an Airbnb through Qantas so that you can earn points for every dollar that you spend on Airbnb. Simply search Qantas Airbnb and this page will come up. Then you can simply search for where you would like to go, the dates, how many guests you'll have traveling with you, and then search Airbnb. Simply put in your membership number and your last name in order for these purchases to be tracked. And now your Airbnb purchases will be tracked and linked to your Qantas account so you can earn points for every dollar that you spend. Qantas also has relationships with a number of different stores, so you can also get points for every dollar you spend on these different stores. Here are all the brands that have a relationship with Qantas that allow you to earn points for every dollar that you spend at their stores. Go to Qantas Shopping and then click Earn Points. If you scroll across, so you can see there are quite a lot of brands that allow you to earn points. Just remember to only spend money that you normally would, because otherwise it isn't a good deal. Something to be mindful of is Qantas points do expire within 18 months if there is no activity on your account. So this includes no activity in earning Qantas points or spending Qantas points. So if you are using a credit card which is linked to your Qantas account, you don't really need to worry too much about this. However, if you don't, it is important to keep on top of this to ensure that your points don't expire. Give this video a like and subscribe to this YouTube channel, and write me a comment below with the word globe in it, just so I know who watched this video all the way through. Thank you, see ya!